What's ladies and gentlemen, for Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 3 Part 7. We're now beginning the Mad Bombers, the second of 3 airplane riding levels, or I guess, yeah, flying levels or whatever.
Crash, Coco, remember, it is not only Dr. Cortex that we battle. Beware of Uka Uka, my children. He is a far more dangerous enemy than anyone can imagine.
And, this one is a little bit more difficult because we have, more boxes. Oh, I guess, okay, the boxes are the same, but, there are only 2, airplanes that are shooting us this time. But the hard part is there are 5 airplanes in which we have to shoot down 2 engines on the planes, and the planes move around at different flight paths, which makes it a little bit more difficult to hit them. And the enemy biplanes seem to be a little bit more accurate, and more often than not will actually hit you more often. So that makes it difficult. That makes them more difficult as well. Just remember, as long as you don't face them, you should be okay. You definitely want to rely on the arrow at the top of the screen up there, and also if you hit the X button, you'll actually brake in the air, which will allow you to hit the planes a lot better, a lot easier. As that, you can also do that in Coco's level, but it's not really used too often in Coco's level, just because you can hit the blimp, because the blimps aren't moving, and you can hit them from so far away. Like here, you will actually have quite a hard time hitting the planes. The bombers like this, and the boxes are a little bit more, or I guess the balloons are a little bit more strewn out, and separated a lot more in this level. And as I said, the bombers can actually shoot you from a longer distance. With Coco, you had to get pretty close to you before they would consider shooting you. But in this level, they will shoot at you from a lot farther away. You can hit them from the front or the back. You want to be careful though, because running into the planes, they will kind of send you flying. So you definitely want to be very careful while doing that. Just remember, make sure you destroy all the boxes before leaving. You may want to leave some of the, if you're not too good with this level, you may want to leave some of, a lot more of the health balloons. You definitely don't want to meet these planes head on. They will shoot. I'm not sure, they may not do more damage than they would with Coco, but they seem to. They seem to be a lot more accurate than with Coco, so you definitely want to be very careful. Bouncing off of them is not actually a very good strategy, so I don't suggest that was an accident. But anyway, so there you go. That's Mad Bombers. I'm not sure if this is still supposed to be in World War I, or if you're supposed to be in World War II. I don't know for sure. But, the trivia will tell us once I get to it. But anyway. So now we'll go to level 25, the last Egyptian level, and the one level that has the Firefly in it, the only level that uses the Firefly mechanic, thankfully, in this level. The Firefly mechanic isn't too bad, but it's just definitely something that I don't care for too often. Now you can see out here we don't really need the Firefly mechanic, like in, Totally Fly or Night Fight. It's only once we get inside the tombs, and you can actually see a little bit more of the outside desert area while going through here. You can see it a little bit in Tomb Time, but not quite this much in the other levels. And we actually won't be in the tomb for all that often. We'll see more of this outside area as we go along. But anyway, so, and as you notice, if you notice, there is actually 2 gems here, and just like with level 25 in Crash 2, this level holds the well, is the level. You want to bypass this Firefly and go ahead and knock these boxes out really quickly. It just makes it a lot easier while going through here through this section, because you'll get to keep your Firefly a lot longer. Wait for the doors to close again. I guess they're not gonna close again. What the? Oh, that's bad. Anyway, this is the level that has the multiple gym paths, just like with level 25 in Crash 2. You would have the, you have the gym paths that you could go along. In this game, level 25 also has that as well. But since we don't have the yellow gym, I sadly cannot do that right now. And you can see a stack of 3 mask crates for you, just because they know you'll need it while going through there. It makes it a lot easier. I have actually done it before, not going through that section of that without the masks, but it is definitely a lot harder than just taking the masks. Now, this bonus round's puzzle will be trying to keep the Firefly with you, because it's not like in Totally Fly where the Firefly would follow you around, but you had to keep up with it. This one you'll have to keep it with you, and that is actually pretty difficult because it runs out so quickly. And there's some nitros here, if I can figure out where in the world they are. Not going too far out. You want to go ahead and knock those out, and then you can go ahead and grab the Firefly and get up to here. This section you can just go ahead and shoot these. If you shoot, you won't get the fruit from the boxes, but it makes it a lot easier. If you can keep the Firefly through this section, you'll definitely help yourself out, because you can lose it, and more often than not, I'll actually lose it myself. And you want to be careful, because there is a gap here, about right where I'm standing, to be a matter of fact. So you want to go ahead and use the flying, or the slide, the glide. You want to go ahead and glide over that hole, just because it'll be a lot easier than not doing it by far. But anyway, so be careful through this section. The mask, or the mummy, it will kind of pin you up against the wall because of the spotlights as well. Now this section outside of the tombs, you actually do need the Firefly, which is surprising. It doesn't seem to be covered up overhead, so I don't know why, unless the moon just did, like a cloud went over the moon or something, or this may have an enclosure on top of it. I don't know for sure. But the warp portal will actually light the area up a little bit. Not too much, but it is somewhat decent lighting. But there you go. It's not too difficult of a level. It is pretty long. The bonus round could present problems, but all in all, pretty fun. And not too difficult, especially for a 25th level. Alright, so sadly we will not be able to take the mask in with us for whatever reason. This is one of the few boss fights that won't let you bring a mask in with you.
I'm sorry. This is the part where I'm supposed to be angry, full of rage, incensed beyond belief. Once again, you have outsmarted and outspun my best henchman. I should be rather upset, shouldn't I? And in fact, we're furious! But it seems you have overlooked one small detail, you little orange delivery boy. Now that you have gathered all the crystals, all we have to do is take them from you!
Alright, so now that we begin the boss fight, you can see his rocket sled appears once again.
Crash Bandicoot, for the last time, give the crystals to me.
Alright, so now we'll actually see Aku Aku fight Uka Uka while we take out Cortex. And all we have to do is he will do 3 different attacks. He will shoot the little plasma beams like he did in Crash 1, except these cannot be spun at him and they are only orange. He will then throw mines, which you have to jump over in different patterns. As I said, you cannot bring masks in here, so if you die 8 times, you will not get a mask. If you do die 8 times, just like in Crash 2, you will get a mask. I think they may have dropped it to 5 times for this level, for this game. I'm not sure. It still may be 8. I don't usually die a whole lot, so I'm not too familiar with it. You want to be careful because the mines act just like TNTs. They will blow up after 3 seconds. I missed my chance. Or, after 3 seconds of being laid down, Uka Uka will bring him back up. And this is actually the control room for the Time Twister machine, I believe. You can see it's kind of set in the same ruins of the island, so it may be on the islands. You can see Aku Aku and Uka Uka are spinning around. They will do a pattern just like that. It's not that hard of a pattern to follow. Just have to be careful with it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I was trying to climb on the rocket sled. You cannot control it around, but it's just something you can jump onto. Now this is where it's going to get difficult. And I guess Cortex doesn't actually have the different waves of attacks that masks do. You can see the shield around Cortex, the blue shield. You cannot actually damage him while he has that shield up, and once he drops the shield, he will bring it back up once he moves to the right side of the arena. So you have to be very careful and very quick. And Uka Uka will actually come back down. You can see him start to come back down there, where he will try and put the force field back around Cortex. But anyways, here are the speed shoots. To run faster, hold down the R2 button while running. And I'm going to wait for Crash's dance to get along a little bit just before I get ready. But yeah, there you go. That's a difficult of a boss fight. You just have to get used to the masks, movements. That's the biggest thing.
Defeated again! This is not fair! Maybe I should retire to a nice big beach with a nice big drink and a woman with nice big bags of ice for my head. It's not over, Bandicoot. There are still the gems. We still have a chance to triumph.
Alright, so this is the alternate ending, of course, that Uka Uka and Cortex are not actually defeated. And if you heard what Uka Uka said, there are still the gems, so we have to go after the gems, but we also have to go after the relics. So just like in Crash 2, the gems are what is Cortex's downfall, but so are the relics to a tiny degree, as the relics aren't really that important, useful towards defeating Cortex. It's just something for, I guess, replay value. And it's not a bad idea, but I felt that they took so much from the game for, they shortened the game down and made it a lot more easier just so they could build the relics around that. Short levels means short time, so that kind of gives you a sense of, okay, well, we can make the levels short so that the time trials are easier. Okay, well, if you don't add the time trials, you can make longer levels, more puzzles. A lot of the gems are tied to death routes instead of actually hidden secret routes, like with the eel deal for the green gem, behaving for the purple gem. This is all in Crash 2, and the time trial gems for the yellow gem for plant food level 11, and Hang 8 for the clear gem for Hang 8 and level 3. Those just some of them. The hidden, you have to go not get any boxes to get the blue gem. The hidden path, well, I guess this did have, I guess this doesn't have any. Yeah, I guess it does, doesn't it? The yellow gem is tied to a hidden path that you have to go into by a different level. But it's okay, I guess. It's just I wish they would have they just seem like they took a step back from what they did with with what they did in Crash 2. You know, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, and I'll go into greater detail once I get through the relics and all that. But you can see here is the run, the speed run, and compared to the normal run, and then the speed run. You can kind of tell the difference. It doesn't look like there's that much of a difference, but you know, once I get into the time trials, you'll definitely be able to tell. But anyway, so since I would like to go ahead and do the time trials in their own videos, and I really don't have any more gyms to go after, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and in the video here, I'll talk about the trivia and everything for these levels that I've done. I'll start with Mad Bombers. Mad Bombers is the 24th level in Crash Bandicoot 3. This level is based over snow-covered hills under dark gray sky during World War I, with Crash in his plane, the Orange Baron. His objective is to obtain the crystal by shooting down Cortex's 5 red double-winged airplanes while shooting down his minions in smaller red planes, as well as white balloons with red crosses, which restores health and holds crates, and yellow balloons also holding crates. This level is considered a lot harder than Bye Bye Blimps, as it takes a lot more effort to shoot down the airplane, since there are a total of 10 engines which have to be destroyed. 11 boxes, 1 gem, 1 crystal, and no trivia. Alright. Okay, so we'll go to Bug Light next. Let me see. Yeah, Bug Light. Bug Light is the 25th level of Crash Bandicoot 3, and most of this level, your only light source comes from a firefly that circles around you. The firefly only sticks around a limited amount of time, so move quickly to reach the next bug waiting for you before your light source takes off. The lack of light and presence of enemies such as crocodiles, mummies, and cobras make this arguably one of the most difficult levels in the game. I would beg to differ. Alright, trivia. Like spaced out from Crash Bandicoot 2, Bug Light is the last level of Crash Bandicoot 3 to contain a crystal, and also have 2 gems, one earned by clearing all boxes, and the other by using the multicolored gem route. This level is known for being one of the only last mandatory levels in Crash Bandicoot games to not have a technology-related theme. This is the second Crash level to have a firefly lighting the way. Name origin: it is possible that the name of this level is a reference to Bud Light, a special alcoholic beverage served at many events and sporting outlets. The bug part refers to the fireflies that aid Crash throughout the level, while light is an alternate spelling for the light that the fireflies carry with them. Alright, so we'll do the Cortex boss fight. Alright, well, let me see here. Okay, this doesn't really give me a whole lot of information about the boss fight. This is more about Cortex himself. I don't really need that, so, I'll try to do something else. Okay, let me see. Yeah, okay, here we go. Once again, Cortex is the final boss, has 3 hits, and Uka Uka fights alongside him. As soon as Crash arrives, Uka Uka goes into Cortex's face, who's on his old hoverboard, and jumps up and down, fiercely saying, "Crash Bandicoot, for the last time, give the crystals to me," but takes care of Aku Aku first. Unfortunately, you don't have an Aku Aku mask. Cortex will be protected by a force field, but it will go down in a bit. You need to keep your eye on the dueling masks. You use lasers against each other that go to the length of the room. Watch out for Cortex's red bubble blasts while dodging the lasers. After 3 blasts, he will throw 5 mines onto the ground. His shield will shut down and the masks stop fighting, giving you the chance to spin him off his hoverboard while he's on the ground. Continue spinning him towards the shaft in the middle of the room. A noise is heard. One of his hit points disappears and Uka Uka goes down to save him. When they come back out, Uka Uka is even more mad, while Cortex does the same thing as before. Uka Uka and Aku Aku turn into a tornado and spin around the room. On the 3rd round, they head for Crash, spinning faster and faster. spinning faster, they make a big explosion. Repeat the same thing with Cortex. Once he goes down the shaft the final time, you win and get the crash dash power. Uku says, yes, it is true. The Bandicoot has brought all the crystals and all the gems to me. Ultimate power is mine. The world as we know it is about to end after Crash collected the crystals, gems, and relics. Oh, I guess that's kind of a spoiler. Okay. But anyway, so that's all the trivia and everything for what I've done so far. So thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many wow, how many spotlights did I pass in level 25 during the entire level? Thank you for watching. Next time we'll be going after the relic. So until then, later everyone.